Hi, my name is Dawn Hills and I am a fibroid advocate and campaigner. I am very passionate about amplifying the voices of women who have either suffered with fibroids or who are still suffering with the horrible condition of fibroids. I'm also very keen on educating everybody on the condition so that they can navigate the medical process effectively and with their goal in mind. The NHS definition of fibroids are, and I really don't like it, they're described as benign, and I think that's the reason why. Benign tumours found in and around the uterus. I don't like the word benign because it gives it a kind of sense of it's not an urgent matter, we don't need to care about it. The way that uterine fibroids affected me was in the worst case situation. So again, if you go to the NHS website and you look at all the symptoms and you look at in the rare case, you'll see me, you'll see my face. It affected every part of my body. My story is that I started my periods when I was 14, and from the jump they were very heavy and very painful. I spoke to my mum about this and she said that she too, as a teenager, had very heavy, painful periods. So we put this down to being hereditary, nothing really to worry about. It is what it is. However, throughout my teenage years, I continued to suffer and my mum eventually took me to the doctor. Now, the doctor told me that as a teenager, this is what periods are all about. They are supposed to be heavy and painful and they will peter out as you get older. However, he did give me a pill. I don't know what that pill was to this day. I cannot remember, but as a teenager with lots of hormones flying around, it really did send my hormones out of whack. So my mum said I was not to take this pill anymore, and I just dealt with the pain with ye old regular painkillers. However, when I got to around 16, 17 and started learning about the pill, I learned that the pill can actually help with period problems. And one of my friends who was a trainee nurse at the time, when we got to about 18, she told me that there was a progesterone only pill that could literally change my life and take away my periods. So I went on the progesterone only pill called Cerazette, and for the whole of my 20s I lived my best life period free. It was amazing. I didn't have to plan my life around periods and I certainly wasn't in pain anymore. When I got to my 30s, I entered the decade in which I knew that at some point in time I'd want to have children, so I came off the pill. However, I was met with the most horrendous period pain, and it was very, very heavy, extremely heavy, heavier than what I had known it to be when I was a teenager. However, we had been told that such periods were normal, so I just dealt with it. I took my painkillers and got on. At around the age of 33, I was working for a company that was highly stressful, and I remember feeling a really weird, dull but sharp pain the left-hand side of my abdomen. I put it down to stress at the time, but after time I thought this isn't right. Maybe it's my cycle, I don't know. I went to the doctor. The doctor said to me, it sounds like it could be something to do with your cycle or maybe stress. Just, see how you get on, go away and take a painkiller. I did that. The pain persisted for the next couple of weeks. Now, I always say, ladies, you know your own body. So I thought, no, something really is up. This pain was just getting progressively worse and it was getting more common in my day-to-day life. So I made an appointment to see a female doctor. When I went to see the female doctor, she said that the symptoms that I described sounded like a cyst on my ovary. She was very blasé about this, and I was thinking, but I don't want a cyst on my ovary. Like, that's not a good thing. I'm thinking about kids. She said that she'll send me for an ultrasound scan and they will tell me what is going on. So off I went. This was pre-pandemic. Got my referral quite quickly to the hospital, had my scan. The sonographer said to me that everything looked normal, but I had 2 fibroids. I was like, what? Who? Fibroids? What are those? She said, you're going to have to make an appointment with your original doctor. So back to my original doctor I went, and he said, yes, Dawn, you have 2 fibroids. They're 4 centimeters in size, but don't worry, they're normal, they're common, and you just deal with the pain with a painkiller. Off I went. Well, for the next 6 years, my life was in turmoil. My life turned to hell. For 6 years, I had to deal with, like I said, the definition of fibroids. I had pain from head to toe. I could literally trace it. So, my symptoms included heavy, painful, clotty period. I was persistently peeing, going to the toilet, so frequent urination. I had extreme bloating. I had a protruding belly. I had leg pain, back pain, butt cheek pain, extremely fatigued, feeling nauseous, painful sex, and the most heart-wrenching of it all, infertility. At the time, I didn't know that these symptoms were associated with fibroids. I just knew that my body was in pain. However, I went to my doctor to explain what I was experiencing, and he said that such was normal and common, and just deal with the pain with an ibuprofen and or a hot water bottle. During the 6-year period, I did open up and speak to one of my friends who told me that I could actually have a transvaginal ultrasound. I went to have this scan and they told me that the fibroids had grown to 6 and 7 centimeters respectively. Now, even though I was told this and the symptoms had got progressively worse, there was no plan put in place with regards to the fibroids. I had never, ever seen any kind of plan that would help me get rid of my pain. During the pandemic, my symptoms got worse. I actually had to go to A&E at one time because of the persistence of this pain. The way I was feeling literally felt like sometimes I just wanted to pass out. Nothing was done. So I remember, again, at a new workplace now, opening up to one of my work colleagues, and she said, "Dawn, remember we have private health insurance." So I was able to see an amazing consultant who I always say he saved my actual life. I went into the consultation, he rescanned me, and he actually found at least 6 fibroids, the biggest being the size of a grapefruit. So this was the one that was pushing out my belly, and the location of the fibroids meant that I would have never, ever been able to fall pregnant. Unfortunately, I had to have one of the most severe operations, which is an open myomectomy, and this resembles a C-section. I always say that should I have ever had to have such an operation, that I would have been given birth to a baby, not given birth to tumours. So in the November of 2021, my consultant said that he could literally give me the operation in a few weeks' time. I said, please let me have my Christmas. And at the top of 2022, January 2022, I had my open myomectomy operation. My consultant came to see me the next day. He said, "Dawn, the operation had been a success." I said, "Okay, that's amazing." He said, "Do you want me to show you what I took out of you?" I said, "Okay, fine, show me the 6 fibroids." He showed me 16 fibroids. The picture blew me away. I couldn't believe this is what I'd been suffering for so long. And my recovery wasn't easy. It took me 8 full weeks to recover. I had an emergency blood transfusion 1 week after recovery because I'd lost so much blood. However, my story is a happy one. Whilst they left 2 fibroids in me to give me a chance at conceiving, this did work, and in July of 2022, I fell pregnant, and in March of 2023, I gave birth to my daughter. We don't talk about the mental impact of living with such conditions, and especially with fibroids. A lot of women are medically gaslit. I certainly was. It does make you feel like you are literally the worst hypochondriac, that this is all in your head. And actually, why are you even worried about this? Periods are normal, you know, they're heavy. It is what it is. Get on with life. A lot of women, therefore, will suffer in silence, and they will do this without anybody knowing. And I mean nobody. I've spoken to a lot of women who, when they've seen my story, they've said, I am the first person that they've opened up to say that they have been dealing with this themselves. You get into your head a lot. I know the fertility side of things, if my house could talk, the walls will tell you how many tears I have cried. And it's incredible, and it's dangerous, and it's worrying. And that's one of the reasons why I set up a support group called the Guidance Suite, which is a monthly support group where women can come and feel supported on their journey, whether it's with fibroids, endo, whatever it is. You can come and feel supported with women who get it. I've created my platform as a place for community and a safe space, one for guidance and information, and one where you can actually get in touch with experts. I wanted it to be a page where when you land on it, it has everything you need to navigate the system when it comes to fibroids, from the first time you get diagnosed to recovery after your operation to holistic treatments to whatever it is, but also where women can come and feel supported on their journey, whether it's with fibroids, endo, whatever it is. You can come and feel supported with women who get it. I've created my platform as a place for community and a safe space, one for guidance and information, and one where you can actually get in touch with experts. I wanted it to be a page where when you land on it, it has everything you need to navigate the system when it comes to fibroids, from the first time you get diagnosed to recovery after your operation to holistic treatments to whatever it is, but also to see real women going through exactly what you are going through, but looking at fibroids from many different angles, because a fibroid journey is not a one size fits all. I created something called My Fibroid Journey. It is an Instagram live which I have with women who simply want to speak up about their fibroid journey, and it's a brilliant series with different women from different walks of life who have suffered in different ways, but the common reason as to why they want to come and speak up is because they all never ever want any other woman to go through what they have gone through. And off the back of all of this as well, as I've said previously, I have something called the Guidance Suite, which is a support group, and with that we offer guidance. So if you literally do not know where to turn, you come in and there's always an expert on board, plus myself and other women who have gone through various different things with regards to fibroids, and we allow ladies to leave just feeling amazing. That's what I want you to feel better than when you entered the group, you know, in the first hour. So having that community is really important, whilst having the information that you need to just navigate everything with this condition, because there's a lot of information that is kept from us. Fibroids is a condition that has really been swept under the carpet, and like I said, it's such a common condition. 2 in 3 women will experience at least one fibroid in their lifetime in the UK. That is ridiculously common, but what we're not doing is hearing anything about it. So raising awareness beats the drum of something has to be done for the ladies who are suffering, whether it be treatment, the correct information, guidance on where to go, and just the education on the condition itself. So we need more women to speak up about their experiences, but as we speak and the light is shone, that means that we can change policy surrounding it. For instance, we can have clear pathways to support groups, to consultants, to doctors who are there to support women going through this condition. And most importantly, by speaking up and by having such out there, it means it increases the need for research. We do not have enough research on fibroids, and when I say we do not have enough, there is barely anything. So when there's more people speaking up about how they've suffered, that means we need to do more research as to why this is happening. Why do fibroids grow? There's many different scenarios that we can paint with the research, but you know, there are some there. For me, the priority for the future and the near future is research into fibroids. Without the research, without conclusive evidence, without that knowledge, how are we to prevent them? How are we navigating this whole condition? We need research with real participants. If we don't have that, we don't have anything. So that's what I'm really lobbying for. Just research, get involved in that, to get women involved in that, so we can just deep dive into this condition and know what it is we are dealing with.
Guys, make sure you follow Dawn on Instagram. She's got such an amazing platform. So in alongside with the Guidance Suite, she has her own Instagram page called Dawn_Heals, which you can see here, where she shares her journey of uterine fibroids, what she does in the community for women to advocate for their health, and it's just so amazing. She has Instagram lives with other people, with doctors, with radiologists, etc., with women who are fibroid warriors and survivors, and I love her page. As a gynecology nurse, I absolutely love this, and especially because the reason as to why I became a gynecology nurse was because of discovering uterine fibroids whilst going back home and watching open myomectomy. So that's the reason as to why I went into women's health. So honestly, learning more about her story is just amazing, and I'm absolutely love this video. So please give her a follow, and give Guidance Suite as well, that I showed you previously, a follow too. Okay guys, so join us next week, so next Sunday at 9 p.m, where we'll have our final finale video of our Women's Health Project, where I'll be joined by Simpiwe, with Ria and Francis, and yeah, we'll be discussing final topics, final opinions. So yeah, it is the final video of the project, so please do not miss it. 9 p.m. next Sunday.